Exciting edition of Keeping It Real. This show is the one that keeps everything real. We talk about all the realities that the everyday lady and gentleman go through. So we try and be very candid with our submissions. We go through some of your issues, and most importantly, sometimes some of you are happy to send us letters, and we're more than happy to analyze it right here on the show. Thank you for joining us for another exciting edition of the show. My name is AJ Akwakusapon, and I'm your host. Usually I do this with Helen Apiampafo and Miss Jude, but both of them are on set somewhere and unable to join us for today's edition. But I have a incredible group of people in the house already. First and foremost, Mary Commodore. She is an entrepreneur, a business lady, and knows her way around everything, and is definitely not shying away from her opinions today. And also we have AJ. AJ what?
Just AJ.
Just AJ. We should just stick with AJ.
Yeah. It's American Joshua, so when
okay. We like it, we like it. So we have AJ, and Mary. Also, we'll be joined by Efo Kwame Jakwasu, who's a marketing and communications expert, on the phone a little later. But today we're talking about how people feel. No, let's be specific. How men feel when they feel, or how men feel when women in their lives earn more than them. Most importantly, how jealous your spouse, your male spouse, can be if the wife starts to earn more than he does. I'm not sure if you've ever heard it before, but first and foremost, let me welcome you to the show. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
How's your week been?
I already want to start, but it's not my phone, so I'm not happy.
Oh, are you serious? Yes. Wow. Okay, sometimes we like to talk about our lives before we start into the show. But wait, what happened? How did you do it?
Oh, so we went out. I went out with my friend.
Uh-huh.
We were in the house on Sunday around 3, and I told her,
you want to step out? Yeah.
Just go out. So we went to Osu, and when we were coming in the car, we ordered for a ride. Mm-hmm. When we got to Kolebu, the last thing I saw was my phone was gone.
So the windows were rolled down?
Not too down. It was somewhere
halfway.
Up in the middle,
yeah. And then you were on your phone.
I was on my phone.
And a hand just reached out and grabbed your phone.
I didn't even see the whether they were humans. So I don't know.
Are you serious?
My phone just went, and that's I'm phoneless. But
Charlie. Charlie. So if you've been trying to reach Mary Commodore, ladies and gentlemen, she is currently phoneless. Before the end of the show, someone will bring in 15 Pro Max.
Thank you, Jesus.
Tap into it. I'm a prophetess, you see. It will come. But how's your week been, AJ?
Oh, it's been incredibly good.
Ooh, okay. What made it incredibly good?
I work also with the TUC.
Okay.
And tomorrow we're having a program on C190.
Okay.
So we've been championing this course and making sure that ratifying of ILO C190.
What is IOLC 190?
International Labour Organization Convention.
Oh, IOC.
No, ILO.
Okay, International Labour
Organization.
Okay.
The Convention on violence and sexual harassment at the workplace.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're trying to rectify it.
Yes.
So that in Ghana, it will be an offense for anyone in a position of power to try and sexually harass or abuse someone. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Sure.
Kudos to the TUC. Yeah, kudos to all of you. That's amazing. Okay. So now, if people are faced with such situations in the office, how would they escalate it if it's rectified? Is there a plan for that?
There is a lot of them. But usually what we are trying to do, or the policy that is in place as of now, is that there must be a mediation or a mediator. Okay. So you must report the incidents with evidence to the authorities.
Beforehand?
Yeah. Else anybody could just stand up and say yes. You must have an evidence about that. And then when you have that evidence, that committee would also look into it, and then the necessary punishment will be meted to them.
Okay, all right. So then, shout out to all the ladies. Please start recording as well, so you have evidence.
It's very important, and I like this.
Do voice recording of the issues when people are trying to be some type of way. Yeah, so you have it. Okay, that's great to know. So tomorrow's the event.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm sure next week you can come and just tell us a bit about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But Secretary has been invited.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll definitely be there and try and get all that details across. I'm sure on the news and the likes of it. But welcome again to the show.
Thank you.
Now let's get into the topic: men being jealous of their spouses who starts to earn more. Is this something you've heard before? Is this something you've seen before? Have you known someone that's lived it in some capacity or the other, AJ?
Sure. That is where myself, I really don't like it when women earn more than men.
You don't like it?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Hold on. Put the brakes. Let's start again. You don't like it, why?
I just don't like it. From what I experienced, what I saw growing up, there was this woman in our house. She was sober when she was earning less than her husband. So the husband was providing everything for the family. They had about 4 children, four boys. The husband was going and coming, and solely the breadwinner for the family.
Yeah.
She was very humble, submissive, and loving.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened. The man lost his job.
Okay.
Everything began to go down the drain. And then she also got a job.
And started earning more.
And earn more. And we all couldn't believe it. That this woman that was very respectful and humble began to treat the man in an ill manner. She wasn't even coming home at times.
Because she was working?
Because she was working.
But if her scheduling
cars come to drop her.
They are Ubers?
Not Ubers.
Yeah, they're Ubers.
Not Ubers.
What was the man trying to do during this period?
And when I was growing up, there was no Uber.
No, but then if she has people that work with her that decide that they would be my friend and coming to drop off their colleague, how is that something we're fighting?
And they will stay in the car for a long time. When she's getting out,
were you monitoring them?
Oh, how would you know?
We are children,
how do you know?
Thank you.
That
if you were
according to us, if they're having discussions in the car,
and when she gets out, like the way they hug each other.
So a woman is not allowed to hug a man.
And a peg on her cheek in your house. So if you are doing this even in your house, what about when you go out? I saw it with my eyes.
But then you can't use one woman's lived example to now paint a brush across all women.
I am saying what I saw. What I saw. And I wouldn't want that to happen to me. So, and if one has done, what should that the others can't do?
But we have how many billion women in the... At this point, it seems the statistics are leaning to the fact that there are even more men now than women. And if there are more men than women, as it may be, and you're saying that one woman's experience is everyone's lived experience, then that may not be fair.
That is what I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, so as far as I have seen one and she did it, someone we didn't expect to do has done it. Then outside the...
But when people have money in all capacities, everyone changes. You haven't really seen a man's character or a woman's character until they've gotten money, until they've gotten a good amount of money.
AJ, I saw the man when he was wealthy, when he had everything. He was loving.
Yeah.
He loved his family. He loved his wife.
Yeah.
He was even submissive to the wife. I saw it when he was with. When he came down, things changed.
Well, we'll come down to that particular experience. But Mary, is this something you've heard, Didel, seen before?
I've heard it a couple of times. I've read it on social media where women or men feel jealous because their wives are earning more, their spouses or girlfriends or fiancés are earning more. And I really don't get it because we all have capabilities. We are all doing one thing or the other.
Yeah.
If you feel as a man, this man is going to make you feel jealous, go for what you think would work for you. Don't go in for a high-class woman and want to bring her down. Tell me to stop my job because you feel insecure. Please work on your insecurity.
I appreciate my sister.
Because why should I kill my dreams because of you? We are two different people with two different abilities and capabilities. So we are all working to become better versions of ourselves. So if because of you, I should calm down or move from 9 to 5 or 9 to 3, you need to work on yourself. I'm not a problem.
You are?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Well, let's get into our dilemma for the day. And this letter says, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? My name is Jacob and I'm married to Joycelyn. We've been together for 8 years with 2 children. I lost my well-paying job 2 years ago. This job was supporting my family, and I even built a supermarket from it for my wife through my hard work. My wife then became the breadwinner. She was doing very well, but forgot that I gave money to set up the shop in the first place. My wife became very proud, ordering me about and making my life miserable. At a point, I became jealous of her and was pained that I lost my job in the first place. So to get back at her, I arranged for some thugs to break into the shop, take all the money and send all the goods to another shop my wife doesn't know I own. My guys brought the money to me and I used it to finance another shop and restocked it with goods from the old shop. Tables have now turned and my wife now depends on me, which works for me because now we're equal. Is this a bad thing I did? I feel guilty when she comes to me with financial demands, but then again, I feel like she deserves the treatment I'm giving or dishing out to her now. A lesson for every woman coming in from a jealous husband. So yes, Jacob, married to Joycelyn, decided to ruin his wife's source of income to set up another stream of income because he felt that she was being proud and lording us over him when she started earning more than him. What are your thoughts about the story, Mary?
Maybe during the courtship process or when you are courting, there are some things you shouldn't take for granted, because if you have or if she has, sometimes the little you have, how you treat the person you are living with also tells what you become in the future.
True.
If you are having a little and you are hoarding it, you feel like this is too small to give out, then in the future you should know, no matter how much you get, you still are not going to give. So if your husband is providing and then at one time he loses everything and then you are becoming something else, maybe he saw it, but when you are in love too, all these things, you tend to overlook them because you feel, love will conquer it, but at a point in life or when you are married, love doesn't work anymore. It's about how you come together as a people to think and then plan your life that works. Because when you met this person for the very first time, there were butterflies in your tummy. So your eyes and your senses probably were not working. Yeah. When you get used to the person, there are some things you are like, it doesn't work like it used to be. So maybe in the courtship process, he overlooked at it. And that's the consequences of what he's seen in the marriage.
Okay. Now, AJ, your thoughts. What do you think?
You see, there's no smoke without fire. But before I even comment more on that, honestly, what the guy did at that instant, like letting thugs go and destroy it was a bit much. Yeah. He went too far. And I'm not applauding him on that. He really didn't do well.
Yeah.
So on behalf of the guy and the guys, all of us, we are apologizing for that act. Please, we are sorry. But there's no smoke without fire. It is the woman who caused it. If the woman had not do what she did, I don't think the guy would have gone to that extreme. So, you see, the reason why I just don't like it when women have more money than
yeah.
But not
the way
all of them.
you say that when women have more money.
But not all of them.
Okay.
But that's what AJ just read to us. She changed.
No, okay, she changed. But okay, let me get into Efo shortly, and then we'll come back into this conversation. Hello, Efo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, AJ.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Now, the dilemma today involves a man who decided to, and I'm sure you read it, destroy the source of income that he felt was giving his woman too much pride in the relationship. Now, in this particular dilemma, what were your thoughts when you read it?
AJ, greetings to all of you. I think you have the Miss Commodore, right?
Yes, please.
So it's AJ Commodore.
Yes, AJ Commodore.
All right. I think I've listened to you whilst you read out the story. Yes. Maybe he went to the extreme in terms of trying to solve the issue. It looks funny to me though, but that is a man trying to get back his wife. I don't know if the word is jealous in terms of what is happening here. Because if, as a man, if you are jealous of what your wife is having, then there's something wrong with you as a man in the first place. Why am I saying that? Because I think that being a man is not just your gender, or being the breadwinner or the head of the house comes with certain responsibilities. And those responsibilities will not change even if your wife is earning more. So it is not jealousy, but I think it's the power play and also the so-called respect for a man. That is what brings in that. So I don't think that you must be jealous of what your wife is doing, but it's a power play. So really, let's come back to our setting. Usually I like to do that, so we have a proper understanding. I know that we are growing, we are moving ahead, we are learning what the white people are doing, and sometimes we forget our settings and how we are brought up. Because most of the things we do is how we are brought up. So when we decide to radically do things that others do who are brought up that way, we begin to cause certain confusions in our domestic, settings. Women date up. That is, I think, basically it. And I'll be a bit careful to say this, but I'll have to say it anyway. At some point in a man's life, I think that your usefulness, it's always what you provided, and the fact that you are superior in what you provide. Take it or leave it. That's a basic truth. And I can dare you to open the phone lines and let men who have lost their job or men who have lost their power in terms of their provision tell you what they are going through with their same loving wife, which they've been dealing with. As boys, we sit, and countless times we have these issues. Let the men tell you their story. I don't know why this is it. That immediately, as a man, you are with your spouse. No, spouse is dangerous. You are with your wife, and all of a sudden you lose everything that you have. And that is where you get treated so badly for probably the 10% or the 20% of the bad things that you've had or that you've done. But everything that you've done else doesn't matter anymore. I don't know why that is the situation. So most of the time, as a man, you get all that respect and you get all that treatment which you have. You eat good food, you get the respect, you get good sex because of what you bring at home. That's simple and straightforward. The way sometimes women can dispose of you easily when you are not relevant, it is sometimes very painful, and sometimes you don't understand why that is. So maybe he is going to the extreme to get back his respect, because I've seen not more than once, not more than twice, several cases of this same thing. And I've seen a lot of retirees also go through this, because some people who take their pension benefit give to their wife that do all the business and take care of the home. And such people mostly die very miserable, because the woman is in charge now, tells you what to do. And what do we feed on as men? You might call it egoistic, whatever it is. That's how we are brought up for now. Until we start bringing our children up differently, that's how we are. As African men, that's what we are. Is the respect, is the idolizing in the house, that makes us do more. Who we are is the fact that we are able to receive that thank you, my husband, for getting this for me. So he goes out and he does more. Whenever you adore this man, that's when he does more. So he does everything that he can, and you don't say thank you. That's where the issues come. He is happy to see his family, living well. He's the last person to go to the hospital by himself. He's the last person to eat. He's the last person to buy a dress. He gives all of these things to his family. Yes, nobody's perfect. You might do your own bad things. So when I lost my job, that's where everything bad I have done begins to fall in place. But I don't know why this scenario keeps happening, that when a man loses everything, the home becomes,
But largely, women would tend to sort of gravitate or be more submissive to a man that guarantees them security. So,
precisely.
Is that not something to wonder about? Okay, is it? Must a man always really go back into looking for being a way to be a provider?
Yes, precisely the root cause of what I'm saying is that women date up, okay? Maybe let me just use an example of any. You can see a beautiful woman who says, I don't have a boyfriend, It doesn't mean he doesn't have, their men don't exist.
True.
But the fact that men below her just don't exist.
Yeah.
She doesn't see them. They are all over her, but she doesn't see them. She sees the one above her. So mostly you can say no woman on earth is useless. No woman. Whatever the woman is always appeal to a certain man, but a man has to earn it. You need to earn it with status, you need to earn it with your income, you need to earn it with everything that you have. If you don't earn it, you don't get what you think you have. Other than that, it is always somebody who is a woman with somebody who is a little bit above her. So when she becomes above you, then sometimes maybe insecurities, yes, I'll say so. You begin to be very critical about everything. Because now that she's earning, she will begin to tell you, wake you up in the morning and tell you to sweep the house, which she has never done before. But now, maybe she also thinks that she's earning. So now she has to order you about, which doesn't happen before. So that's where the power play comes in. So you find out that they say, okay, this woman is so rich and she's so humble.
Yeah.
She's so rich and she still respects the husband. So it is like those are the ideal things that we see. And maybe also men begin to automatically become insecure and start looking at what the woman would do to confirm whether she will respect me even though I'm not the great provider that I used to be, or this time she will even trust me. So it becomes news when a man and woman goes out and the man's money is not enough to pay. And that woman will make some money and give to the man. It becomes news to make the payment. Then it becomes news. Then this is the best woman I've ever seen. So the question is, why is that? Because if you don't have the money, then you are not a provider. Then you don't qualify. Men are the only species who have to pre-qualify. You have to pre-qualify. So when you lose that power, that's where the issue is. Yeah. So in as much as possible. That's why I'm taking the word jealousy out of it. Because she earns more than you, maybe twice the amount. But are you still responsible for school fees? Are you still responsible for food in the house? Are you still responsible for electricity, for water? Are you still responsible in running that house? Then I think your respect and everything is still intact.
Okay. Now, we'll move on to the second story. So, Eva, please hold on the line while I get into it. So, our second story is coming in from a young lady, and she says her spouse is jealous of her making more money and she doesn't know what to do. So my husband and I have been together for 5 years. We met each other in the university when we both studied the same course. I had a nice small job back then as a beginner worker, but that wasn't in the field that we both studied. When university ended, I realized it would be nice to carry on in the field that I learned in. So I went into searching for a job in my original field, and I got a great offer and started to work full time, which over the last few years, I have graduated in terms of role, and this has led me to earning about 3 times what my husband earns. My husband hasn't gotten along well with that fact, and since I started my full-time job, I realized he acted a little passive-aggressive towards me. He didn't talk about what was going on, but something felt off. Until one night, he was drunk and he now told me that he thinks it's unfair that I'm making more money than him. I pretty much exploded after this and we had a huge fight, but things settled down again. However, over the last 1 year, every time he gets agitated or angry, he flips up about how much I'm earning and how he feels like I'm rubbing it in his face. Note that I don't rub it in his face. He's still the primary caregiver. I ensure that I actually put money aside to help him cushion himself and also take care of things in the house. I ensure that I'm always the submissive wife and he the dominant husband. He has a really bad job which has horrible working hours, and he's unable to have any hobbies because his job is so unpredictable. I think that is the main cause for his jealousy. I already suggested that he might as well search for a new job, but he told his boss that he will stay at least 2 years, and he thinks that it won't be loyal to quit now. I don't know what to do again. I don't want to be yelled at because of my income that I'm saving for both our futures. I'm so sick of fighting, but I really love him, and losing him because of this nonsense, I think, would be very horrible. Another problem I have is that I can't get over how he keeps saying mean things to me, especially when he's drunk, and then claiming he didn't mean it afterwards. I don't know how to fix this mess. How can I get him to stop being jealous of my earnings? So this is the second story. So if I'll come to your thoughts on that, but let me get into AJ's thoughts first and foremost. This is a clear situation where this lady is not trying to lord it over him as you've seen in other sequences. She doesn't want to lord it over him. She's actually even actively helping him towards cushioning the bills in the house and putting some aside for him to do whatever he wants with. Do you get? She's doing everything possible to ensure that she's a submissive wife and he the dominant husband. But he seems to have a problem with it because he feels that she's in the field that she learned. She's in a good role, and over the last 5 years, she's grown in that role. And he, on the other hand, is in a job that he hates. How do you navigate this? How do you remove the issue of jealousy in this relationship?
AJ, as far as I'm concerned, the lady is really not telling the truth.
Hey, what crash should we do to you, AJ? Hey, How do you deduce that she's not telling the truth?
I don't have the story you have, but I wish you'd go through it well.
Okay.
Just pay attention to when she's talking about the man, the word she used, and when she's talking about herself, the word she used.
She described him as a good man. That one day, no two ways about it. They've been together 5 years. They met each other at university where they both studied the same subject. She had a small job back then. She now decided to look for a job in her original field that she studied, got a full-time job, and over the last 5 years has grown in this position and led her to earning 3 times more than him. He's now gotten along with the fact that along with that fact very well. When she started the full-time job, he realized that he acted a little passive-aggressive towards her.
AJ, pause. See, just that phrase.
Passive-aggressive, yes.
A little.
He was a little passive-aggressive, yes.
You see how she puts it?
No, but she
sugarcoating it, making it look like she's good.
So what is your point?
AJ, you continue. You continue. When gets the monster, horrible words.
What horrible words? Hey. He didn't talk about what was going on until one night he got drunk, and then he now proceeded to tell her that he thinks it's unfair that she's making more money than him.
Pause, as if we're in the church.
Yeah.
The man got drunk before he was able to even voice out.
But he was passive-aggressive towards her throughout the period. So it's like, I'm angry with you, but I won't say what the problem is.
Before he could say something or voice out.
He got drunk and he now... No, but then...
He loves his wife.
No, but then...
Just what the wife is doing, he doesn't like.
What does she... What is she doing?
He doesn't know how to even say it.
But what is she doing? I'm earning more in a job that I love. How is that a problem?
So what even happened to communication?
Thank you.
Why would the man wait
found a way to talk things out
till he's drunk before he could say what is?
Maybe she was even probing, and the man was not willing to open up until you are drunk when your senses are
He loves his wife so much, he doesn't want the wife to go.
And the wife equally loves the husband.
And what he was saying, not just because he was drunk, but the man really knew what he was saying. But he knew that, if I say it when I'm drunk, everybody would think because I'm drunk, that is what I'm saying.
No, but she went out of her way. She's trying to bridge the gap. She's trying to give you money. She's trying to put money aside for both your futures. She's also trying to ensure that she works towards paying things in the house so that he doesn't feel burdened about it. You see, a lot of women will not even want to contribute more if they are earning more. And that's the truth. A lot of women will be, my money is my money, your money is your money. You get. But she's decided that I'm going to give more because I'm earning more. And now he is just resentful because she's in a better job than him.
He's not resentful. That's how the ladies put in it.
But he was drunk and he said it.
He had to get drunk before he said it. He had to get drunk
I think
before
the
he
issue
said
here
that.
is the man. First of all, is not even happy with the work he's doing.
That's what the
you.
lady puts it.
This lady is working,
That's
is
how
doing
she
something
puts
she
it.
loves. When you do
Yes.
something you love, it comes naturally.
Thank
you do it
you.
with some joy, pride, and you keep moving.
And the man is also doing
first
what
of
he
all-
loves.
No.
That's why he doesn't want to kill
No,
the
he
job.
doesn't. He
He's not
doesn't.
doing what he
He's not
loves.
doing what
I'm
he-
even thinking
No,
maybe
he
it's
says-
an
he
NGO.
says-
So he's
he
even
says he doesn't
depressed
like the
from
job.
work. Yes.
The man doesn't like the
Yeah,
job.
and he doesn't. The
He
hours are
doesn't.
very unpredictable. But he's promised the boss to stay in the job, so he doesn't want to leave. Even though she's saying that, you know what, you leave, find something you love.
Why
Yes.
would you promise the job if the job is not good?
But that's the man. Please, he has gone to
See,
promise.
the woman is hiding
man-
some
no, the
information
man
from
hide-
me. I
Hiding
don't
what
really believe
information?
what-
Why are you blaming the woman and not the man?
The
You know how
man
these
is
can put some words, you know. They
What
can
words?
sugarcoat things and make the man look as the man is bad.
Hey,
the man,
wahala.
the
The
man,
man
the
had to
man
get
has an
drunk.
issue. He has to solve
Mary,
his
the
issue
man had
first.
to
He
get
has to
drunk
find a
before
work
he
that
Yes.
will make him happy.
Yes.
He wakes up in the morning, he's all joyful, but goes to work and you know he's doing something productive. Because where he is now, clearly, he's not even happy going to work.
At all.
He's depressed. So he goes to work angry, comes to work angry, comes
The
to meet the wife
depression
who
is from the
doing
wife.
better.
It's
No,
because of how the
from-
wife is treating
no.
him. That is why
But
it's
what is she
because of-
doing?
The lady
She's not
didn't.
doing anything.
To me, the
Oh,
lady
She's
didn't
even
put
trying
some
so
words.
hard to make sure the man feels better than she even is.
She's putting it
Why
that
would
way.
you? Why would you
She's
get
putting
your
it that
salary?
way.
Why would you get your salary and take part and say, "Hey, my husband, take this money," when you are supposed to be doing that?
Exactly.
She's
Why
trying
can't
very
he
hard.
do better?
Why can't
Why can't he do better? Okay, let's go to Efo and then get his thoughts on it. Hello, Efo. Hello.
Hi, Eddie. Hi,
Yes.
hi.
Hi, Efo. I'm sure you were able to hear the letter.
I did. A very long one.
It was. Please tell me your thoughts about it. Because AJ here is blaming the woman, which I have a problem with.
the woman is sugarcoating
Okay.
words?
So you won't blame the woman, obviously. I know.
But what is there to
I-
blame? She's trying what she can to.
If we speak from the perspective of the man, not of a man.
That letter is perfectly written, and it would be insane for any man to still have a problem.
Thank
with such a
you.
letter.
Yes.
A man for a woman, slow down. Come on. for a woman who is submissive, who's ready to give everything, but still the man is jealous. Okay. So I said it from the beginning that if you're jealous about the earnings of your wife, it means that there's a problem with your responsibility. So sometimes it's very important you live according to your means so that you still become a man. But I think that the man might have his own problems in terms of the issues at work that is frustrating him, which is morphing into the relationship. The only problem I see that probably is triggering this guy to keep doing what he's doing is, okay, AJ, let me paint a scenario for you. You have a job description, right?
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
And then you have a colleague who also have a job description. Okay, so how does it feel like when you come to work and your colleague has done your work? He's helping you anyway. How
Yeah.
does it feel like?
Well,
Is
it
he your
depends.
answer
It depends on the work that is being handled.
Okay, it's your regular work. It's your regular work. Okay, let's say you need to do this show. You come in, you find your colleague thinks that, okay, maybe it feels, looks at your face, look into your eyes, and look at how your nose is and maybe how your lips are shaking, and she feels you are tired. You come in, she's sitting in the seat.
I'll find that helpful. Really, I don't think I'll react badly to someone thinking that, oh, they just need to help out a little. I don't think I would.
When it continuously happens.
And if that's my core job and it renders me incapable of actually justifying my inclusion, then I'll have a problem with it.
Precisely. So I think that, it is everybody and his level of maturity. So the things that makes me a man and the things that give me control in the house, you keep doing it without asking me. So now, directly, you are just telling me that I'm incapable of doing it. That's why you are doing it. You might have all the good intentions, like the scenario I painted for you, but the result is not reflecting your good intentions.
Right.
So I think that sometimes if you earn so much and you see your man struggling, a lot of intelligence has to come in, because you need to handle such things with tact. Because that kind of depression, that kind of frustration might be turned towards you when you really have no fault of it. So I think that it is better to let the man ask you whether he needs help. It is better to give him signals that you want to help him. That way, you still give him his power as a man, but you let him know that you want to help. So when you go ahead doing things in the house, you render him useless. He comes home and everything is done, so now you have money, so you think you can take over the house. That's what you need. Same thing. All right? And I'm sure there are things that a woman would do and things that this is a space for which I have my control. And then you find a man doing those things without consulting with her. Sometimes some of those things will give the bad signal, and maybe that is what she is getting out of that. But she's saying that she submitted. Those ones are debatable. Let the man speak for himself whether there are scenarios where the woman have done some of those things. Because you can have just a simple argument and people will say things and you take it as hard. That even though I'm in this house, I give you this, I give you that, I give you this, and you still don't respect me, you still don't do this. So when frustration comes and the guy tells you that this is what is happening, maybe you should just take a back seat and let him lead it. Then you begin to help. Then he has been able to humble himself enough to ask you. And it is not everybody who also, that's what I feel that in relationship you should know, is knowing each other very well. I keep telling people that sometimes we in Africa especially say that, oh, this woman has done this man to you, this woman has done this man this way. I think it's in everyday life. It is even in your job that you know your boss so well, that you know the things that your boss needs when your boss is angry, that you cannot go and discuss certain issues. When your boss is happy, that you can discuss certain issues. You know your client so well, you know what the client wants and all that. I think it's the same thing that goes into relationships. You know your partner so well. You know when he's angry, when he's happy. You know when you want to help, when he doesn't want to help. You know that this man is probably a lion. He will not ask for help. But when he's doing A, B, C, D, I give him this signal, so he'll ask for help. I think that sometimes it's the intelligence of holding it. Because deep down here in Africa, most of the time, our power and what makes us men is the fact that we are able to provide for our houses. If you are able to provide, if you are able to protect your home, really, what's your use? And 90% of the time, women will let you know that you are not useful. So as soon as that power is taken from you, automatically you are diffused. Then you are thinking and you want to hold something. I think that automatic diffusion and thinking and the men want to hold something trigger some misbehaviors that sometimes the women are right. She has really not done anything. It's just that she's not handling the transition very well, and then it becomes an issue. It could be the man's own issue, like a lot of women will say. It's his issue, you should go and deal with it. It's not just his issue. You two, you are struggling because his misbehavior is equally hitting you. You are sitting there. He's misbehaving. You are also sad. So it is not just his issue. It's an issue that has to be looked at. And I think that some of these things is a proper dialogue and the way we have been taught to pick the right moment and explain ourselves. I think that some of these things help. So proper dialogue, proper communication about it. That, hey, my man, I'm not taking over your power. I'm not making myself the man of this house. You still are in charge. I thought that you needed the help, and I'm trying to help. If it is too much, I'm going to quell. I'll leave you to handle it. When you need me, I'm here for you as a woman or whatever. A wise man might see it and probably call the wife at the right moment and say that, no, I feel you're doing this, I feel you're doing that, I feel... But if they don't have that consensus to have that conversation, it is fire for fire.
Oh, thank you so much for that info. Thank you so much for that particular contribution. But let me come back to my people in-house. But first, let me go into some messages. So for those on our Facebook page on 3FM 927 who are watching live, all the excitement, Getting into Jeremiah Amwa, he says, AJ, know they trust the woman cry. AJ, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Emmanuel Kwabno says, so happened to the helpmate God made for us. Are men thinking women who are earning more are making them feel less manly? So what if she is earning more and she wants to talk some? Why is that a problem? This one, they'll go straight to AJ. Why? Helpmates. I'm earning more. I'm helping out. Do you have a problem with that? Jeremiah Amwa says, having to get drunk before he can speak is a clear indication that there's a communication gap in their home. That I completely agree. Of course, sending you messages via the Facebook link on Facebook. So go on to Facebook Live right now, 3FM927, and join in the conversation on the Keeping It Real link and be a part of the discussion. We'll open the phone lines briefly. So 0559-242-717, 0559-242-717. Send us a message right now. Call us right now and tell us your thoughts. We'll open the lines for like 2 minutes or so. Then we'll wrap it up shortly right here on the show on how you can be able to navigate if you're in a situation where your wife, your partner starts earning more and the jealousy starts to climb, even though she's not done anything to deserve it. How do you navigate it? What should you do when you're placed in that situation? So I'll start with Mary and I'll come to you, AJ. If you are faced with that situation, it's happening, you have started to feel jealous, what do you do?
I think the underlying thing is communication. Sometimes it's hard, but you should find a way. Like Efo said, you should know what works or the time that works for both of you, where both of you can sit and have a meaningful conversation and explain things to her or him. I mean, how both of you will be able to come to a consensus and understand that my money is your money, your money is my money. It's no longer the lady's money is her money and the man's money is their money. They should understand that at this point we are one. The house is our home. This is where we all belong. So even though I'm earning much, it's for all of us. It's for the betterment of our home and not for my self-aggrandizement or something. So yeah, I think the whole thing is communication. And then men have ego. Sure. You understand, but sometimes they have to let go of that side. Because like Efo mentioned, most of them don't even agree to come to a place where they would want to talk about it because they feel I am supposed to be here, and even if you're not getting the chance, you still have to be there when you're not even talking about it. Sure. So you want to talk about it, but would they, most of the time and most of the stories I read, it happens that the men are not even willing to go to see counselors, therapists, their church leaders and all those things, and they are just, and they even become more frustrated because you want the thing to work, but it's not helping.
No way.
And this is a relationship where both of you have to make sure things are working. If the effort is coming from just one end, you're not going to yield any results because you just be going
back and forth. Yeah. Okay, AJ.
Yeah, you go and see the pastors for counseling, and at the end of the day, you know what happens.
What happens?
I don't want to say it too. But the ladies know what happens when
we don't know anything. We don't bring us into it. So AJ, in a situation that the man or a man is dating a woman, is married to a woman, the dynamics have changed. You used to be the breadwinner, now she's a breadwinner. She's earning more than you twice, 3 times, 5 times more. How do you navigate when the jealousy starts?
Let me just appreciate Efo for the breakdown that he did. And if he's not a counselor, I think he should consider counseling. Efo is too
much.
all the submissions he made, these are real life issues. Yeah. These are not things that you usually find in the books.
Of course.
Yeah. And honestly, men are usually not jealous, but they are not happy if I should use that way.
Okay.
I wish my wife would be taking care of the home. She'll be using her money to feed the children and do everything. And I'll use my money to do also what I want to do. What is sweeter if I should use that way? What is sweeter than that? You have your money to yourself. Okay. Your money is flexing around, buying you a car.
Buying who a car?
Me, the man.
You are buying yourself a car?
No, my wife.
You buy me a car?
My wife buys me a car.
I should buy you a car.
Yeah. Buys me a jet. She's taking care of the home.
Okay. Did you buy me a car when you had the money?
No, she is in control.
No, but when you had the money, did you buy me a car?
Excuse me?
When you had the money, did you buy me? If you bought me a car, I think do unto others what you want to be done unto you. If you did it for me, why shouldn't I do it for you?
My money was small.
At this rate, a lot of men are gold diggers. A lot of men are gold diggers.
Now we'll talk about it another
Yeah, it will be for another show.
To continue, we must just check how we communicate. The communication is the most important thing.
True.
Usually, men are not able to voice out what is affecting them, what is hurting them. So I'll just also plead with my fellow women. With my women. Like Efo said, do it in a nice way. Can I? Do you think I should do this? But if you go take this, do that, the man really feels useless. I can't say please or excuse. Okay. That's it. We just feel useless. I'm no more important to you.
You want to be needed. You want to be felt. Okay.
Yeah. And then he also began to do other things. Then later, after all I did for him, it's because we were providing for him. So he felt he's no more of importance to you. You also go and do other things and try to lead you. So the communication is the most important thing. Check how you relay your information to him. Just like F4 advice, do it that way.
All right.
But AJ, final one. Please. I think things are changing real fast, and men should also know that we are not in the ages where everything has to evolve around them. Now women are working; they are even doing more than what the men are doing. So they just have to, this is the world we are. This is the reality.
Sure.
They should psych themselves up and meet with where the world is going. Because if they're also going to be, if they're going to stick to their old ways, they're always going to feel this.
It's how you relay the information. AJ, the weddings that are going on in this country, see, to be honest with you, it is the women that are sponsoring.
Hey, according to you, how would you know?
When you get time, do your investigation.
You will say this is our unproven theory.
So the women are married.
We will come back.
The women are married.
We will come back with justifiable proof.
It is the women that are married.
We'll come back with more proof to this theory.
All the man has to do to be available.
So show up and the lady will marry you.
We'll come back with proof to this theory. We'll come back with proof to this theory. But AJ, thank you so much for coming through. Mary Commodore, it's always a pleasure having you on. I see calls coming in at this point. It's 8:01 and we have to make way for Lord. So sorry about those. We can't pick their calls up. But we'll be back next week, Tuesday, for another exciting edition of Keeping It Real. My name is AJ Akwaku-Sapon. I was your host. I'll be back next week with even more exciting stories, scenarios, and all the point of views of every single one inclusive, right here on Keeping It Real.
I'm very jealous, yeah.